there. So today we're going to be talking about cell division, also known as mitosis. And this is the process that most of our cells in our body go through to reproduce those cells so that we can repair our cuts and wounds, so that we can reproduce, and so that we can grow. So on the first slide here, you see the stages of mitosis. Right here's not part of mitosis, it's called interphase. And then we go through the process of mitosis, which eventually leads to two exact copies of that parent cell, which are called two daughter cells or diploid cells. Functions of mitosis. Why is mitosis important? Well, multicellular organisms need to be able to grow and develop, repair damaged structures, or heal themselves and reproduce. Chromosomes. So the chromosome is the important part of mitosis. Human beings have 46 chromosomes. They are found in the nucleus. They're made up of something called DNA, and remember that the longer version of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. A chromosome, shown here, consists of two chromatids, so these strands here are called chromatids. They contain identical DNA. Remember, these are found in the nucleus. The nucleus is over here. Chromatids are held together during the process of mitosis, and then they split apart, but they're held together by something called a centromere. Right there's a centromere, and that holds the chromatids together until later in mitosis. So what happens? Well, to begin mitosis, the first thing that has to happen is the DNA has to condense. So the DNA is wound around proteins, and then the entire length of the DNA gets condensed around that central red central dot here, or central centromere, which is the red dot there in the image. What happens during the cell cycle? Well, on the right here, you can see it actually happening. That's the process of mitosis occurring. And on the left, we have an image that shows this. So there's one cell, that's the parent cell. It breaks apart, becomes two daughter cells, and those two daughter cells become parent cells, and so on, and that multiplies. A cell grows, prepares for division, and divides into two new cells, which are called daughter cells. Mitosis has some different phases to it. Before we learned that interphase is that phase before mitosis where cells spend most of their time. So most of the time is spent by cells in a process or in what's called interphase. Then cells go into what's called prophase, then metaphase, then anaphase, then telophase. Eventually, in telophase, those two cells begin to break apart, and cytokinesis occurs, which is the final pinching off of the two cells, creating those two daughter cells. 4 phases of mitosis. The first one is prophase. In prophase, the chromosomes condense, nuclear membrane disappear, and spindles form and attach to the chromosome. So prophase. On the left here we have a diagram, and then on the right we have an actual image of a real cell going through the process of prophase. Metaphase is when the cells line up along the middle of the cell. Chromosomes line up along the middle of the cell. Metaphase. That is the second phase of mitosis. In anaphase, the two sister chromatids are pulled apart to opposite ends of the cell, resulting in two identical chromosomes, and these spindles pull those chromosomes apart. Over here, you can see a real diagram of that. Telophase, the spindle cells dissolve, and the nuclear envelopes form around the chromosomes. So we actually see what's called a cleavage furrow here as the cells begin to form two new cells, which will become your daughter cells. How can you remember this? A lot of times students remember the idea of PMAT. The chromosomes pair in PMAT, then they line up in the middle for metaphase, and anaphase, they start to pull away from each other or away, and then telophase, they break into two cells. PMAT, Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Why do cells go through mitosis? We've talked about that for cell repair or body repair, for growth, and that reproduction. Grow and develop, repair damaged structures, and reproduce. So I hope this has helped you to understand a little bit about mitosis. And if you have any questions, you can leave comments below.